first Avengers, Alan Silvestri had this theme that was bum, 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 bum. Did you deliberately ignore that? Or did Marvel say you've got to do that, or did Marvel say forget Alan and start all over?
No, we're still working on that, we'll see where it lands. But I think for me, I always like having continuity. If it can be. I think we want to take this into. There's new territory here as well. There's a threat that's at a really high level for our characters. But I think that also the other character themes, there's Captain America, there's Iron Man, there's Thor, and all this. So we really want to, I think, to find a way to reference what's come before us, and then still really make sure we service this particular movie, make it as good as it can. Like, so people can walk into the movie without having them. I don't know who's going to walk into the movie that hasn't seen Marvel at this point, but let's pretend there's someone that has it, and they walk in, and then they can enjoy it just like anyone else.
If I may, Ultron presents a new challenge because a new character in a sense, right? How, if you can tell us, how are you going to approach Ultron? And I'm asking it hesitantly because I don't want you to say, I can't answer that.
Yeah. Well, there's some things I can't answer. I think, Ultron is just, it's a big responsibility because you're talking about one of the two biggest nemesis in the Marvel comic universe history, and I think it's such an interesting character because you're talking about someone that was created as with the intention of being good, and it backfired, and is endowed with almost unstoppable power. So has to feel like an imminent threat that a locomotive, a train you can't stop. It's powerful. I think power is going to be in the intelligence of the character too. It's like it's really interesting. It's going to be a challenge. That's for sure.
One of the things I noticed when you talked about, I watched the Thor 2 DVD extras, and I saw you talking about how the theme of Thor was very mature of who he is now.
Right.
Can you talk about the theme you're going with, or you're working with Age of Ultron? Because we now have these heroes who are all in different places. Yeah. Are we going to see a more mature and maturation of all these characters in this theme?
All their stories move forward. They're all dealing with new challenges, and everything. Tony, the Banner, and Thor certainly, and you got, Hawkeye. You're dealing with Black Widow. On and on. This is the movie that takes them to the next level, and I think you have to evolve this music. You don't want to stay in the same place, I think, but you want to also have that reference emotionally to what's come before, so people feel like they're in something that the ones that are coming back from having seen the past movies, they feel like this is theirs. Sometimes you feel like when you're scoring a movie that's in a series, you get to there's a bit of the vibe of when you're in a band and someone wants to hear the play Freebird moment. And so I think there's a balance, but again, it's like the mantra has been from the start from everyone in Marvel and Joss and everyone that really we want to make sure that we just make it the best movie we can. That is every day. That's marching.
I have kind of a play Freebird question myself about Turtles. Right. Will it reference anything that we know from the past or homages?
Yeah, there's definitely references.
Oh, there are. That's good to know.
It's kind of like Easter egg hunting.
Easter egg hunting. And what is there anything else you can talk about your relationship with Alan Silvestri as far as, if you've had meetings or discussions about, or is it just a passing of the torch?
It's funny because the thing, my last kind of crossing with Alan would have been when I did Aliens vs. Predator record, and I love Alan. I grew up on his music.
Yeah, the best.
And so huge respect for him, and and I think it's we're like-minded. We have kind of a similar. I think maybe because I did grow up on this music, you know, like and listen to it and fought all the soundtracks and everything, that the approach is similar, kind of to how we love live musicians. We kind of have the sense that we want everyone recording at the same time, playing big themes, and it's not that, I mean, there's different trends, different approaches. Some music is supposed to be like sonic wallpaper, like you just kind of do the background and you don't notice it, and for better or for worse, that's exactly the opposite of what I do. And sometimes I'll get nailed by someone that doesn't want that, you know. There'll be a producer or something on a movie, and they'll say, I'm noticing it, you know. But so I from the Star Wars school and on, that's where I kind of learned my chops, and so I want to, if I'm going to say something, I'll say it, and then if it's not going to say something, I'd rather not do music. Like, let's just play it dry, you know? So
Thank you.
Since we got the last questions going in, you've done Iron Man now, Thor, you have Age of Ultron. If there's one solo character you could do in this universe you haven't done yet, who would you do?
I'm trying to think of ones that even exist in the realm of, I mean, there's so many. Do you know what's crazy? Is actually, well, there's some characters in Avengers that are new too.
Right.
Yeah, I actually was always fascinated with Quicksilver. So it's interesting in this because you do have a crossing of Quicksilvers, and it's going to be really, really cool. But I'd have to dig back through my catalog, my collection, because I grew up.
You get so much, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for time.
Cool. Thanks.
Get your act together, my life's a movie. I leave you in that act forever.
My life's like a movie. My life's like a movie. My life's like a movie.